as he's made his way up to the perch. And, Coach, we really appreciate you taking the time coming up here. It's not an easy trek up here, first of all. It's almost like this ball game. It was a hard mountain to climb, but you guys came through on the better end, winning by 19. You held a very good offensive team in A&T to 27%, 2 for 18 from three-point range. You held Nick Simpson. He got 12 points, and he had every bit of trouble earning that one. Coach, congratulations on the win. Your thoughts?
First of all, kudos to my coaching staff. I thought they did a marvelous job. John Mosley, he did a marvelous job of just breaking them down, and, he just put everyone in the perfect position and made their job much easier on the defensive end of the floor because we have shown you that we're not that good of a defensive team to hold anyone to 27.5% shooting. But, when you have a collective effort, from the staff and it transferred down to the kids, these are the results. So it was a great team. We didn't press an awful lot. We did it maybe once or twice and was fortunate to get a couple of turnovers. But our motto was we just have to keep these guys in front of us. We didn't believe they could score at a high rate in the half-court setting. So that was our goal, to come in and just make it a half-court basketball game. Now, on the other end of the floor, we wanted to get out and execute, but they did a great job of keeping us below, too. So we only shot 37.5%, and anytime you can shoot 37.5% and get away with a win, you just got to thank God for that one and keep it moving.
And then you look at, you caused 21 turnovers. You out-rebounded them by 5, 26 points off those turnovers. I mean, it looked like you put in a game plan, and it was worked out the way you really needed it to go. And I tell you what, and Joe and I were talking before the game, you put our big three against their big three, and we outscored them tremendously here in this ball game.
Yeah, kudos to Dominique Sutton. I've been on that guy night in and night out. I wanted him to provide leadership, and throughout the course of the ball game, I just told him that captains and great players, they just happen to make toughness plays. It don't necessarily have to be the best shot or the best whatever, but it has to be a tough play to fuel and get some energy transferred down throughout our team. And he did that a couple of times. He had a tip in, he had some monster rebounds, and he got a dunk off the rim. So, hats off to him. Our seniors really stepped up and led us tonight.
They certainly did. The crowd of 3,039 saw that ball game tonight. Just talk about the atmosphere here tonight in McDougal-McClendon Gym.
It was electric, to say the least. I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't sleep this morning, and I got insomnia as it is, and then you add A&T into it. You just couldn't wait, just to see the atmosphere. And once again, it was electric, and the band was playing, and I tried to stay focused, so I wasn't too keen on everything that was going into the stands. But I know when good things happen on this basketball floor, we got a wonderful home court advantage, and our students and our fans did a wonderful job just coming out and supporting.
Not only are you 1-0 this season against North Carolina A&T, but you're 1-0 now in the MEAC, and now we're tied for first. You can say that after the first game. We're tied with Savannah State and Delaware State, and more than likely Bethune-Cookman tied at first heading into the Christmas break, 1-0 in the MEAC.
Right, and I just told the guys that, it was a big game because it was A&T, but it was a bigger game because it was the MEAC. And you want to get off to a strong start and stay at the top of those standings and just make sure you have a secure place in that conference. Every night is going to be a grind. I just told the guys, just prepare. Hopefully we don't shoot 37.5% anymore, but when you enter conference play, forget everything that you did in the non-conference. It seems to be a little more focus, a little more attention to detail from opposing teams, and they're going to try to take away things that you do well. So you have to go to your secondary options and have to be able to execute and convert down the stretch. And, for the most part, we did that.
I thought Jeremy Ingram came in, gave you some more big minutes, and I thought he came in, hit some big shots as well.
He did. He's Jeremy is a great kid, but we knew he would excel in this type of atmosphere because he wants that game-winning shot. He wants the pressure. He's just a loosey-goosey type personality, man, that has to be tamed out off the floor at times. But, we knew he would step up and make some plays for us.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. Go enjoy this. You get a day to enjoy it. Then we head off on the road to Eastern Kentucky and on the road for the next month. So, again, congratulations on the win. Coach, you're 2-1 now against those Aggies from North Carolina A&T.
I appreciate it, Chris. Thanks.